he can, he still has to go. The biggest surprise the way Conor came out with those high kicks, the spinning wheel kicks?
No, not at all. He usually does a high kick, a spinning stuff, or he does I was ready for the rush, as you can see, so that's why I moved back, you know. So it sucks. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's not it. What it is you just tried a crazy move. You tried a crazy move. You tried a jumping roundhouse kick, and when you're in that position, when you throw that jumping roundhouse kick, if you don't land in a good way with the supporting leg, you put so much pressure on that knee. The way he landed, he threw the kick, he jumped up, he threw it, and he landed with his knee in the worst position.
Snaps his foot, and he winces in pain. Fuck! I fucking hate my life! This is one fucking escape I get, and it's shit! And McGregor's just limping around like my fucking man! Fuck!
The man weak in the knees, I guess, so. You know, all jokes aside, I just hope he's good, you know. I know Conor been battling some stuff. Looked like he really been changing. You know, he found God. He had his kids in there, so, you know, during the fight, you could obviously tell his demeanor changed, you know. And I was, you know, shout out to the ref. I was trying to tell the ref sooner, you know. Like, this guy's kids is front row, you know. I don't want to see him take unnecessary damage. Trying to stop the fight, but this is how crazy Conor is. The first time he's on the ground, I was punching him. He's like, fight. I was like, okay. That's why I backed up. I said, stand up there. Let's fight. And then he fell back down, and then the fight was called. When I saw him hurt, you know, I was like, man, come on. Like, you call this. He was done, you know, and he wanted to fight. Tried to stand up again, fell back down. I just hope him a speedy recovery, you know. It's all love to him. The man, like I said, is trying to change his life around, so, you know, sending prayers his way.
Yeah. You had a better look at it than anybody, and you identified it earlier. Do you think it was that first kick that he threw?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I did the UFC podcast before I came here, and me and Wonderboy was talking about it. Even with him walking into the octagon, it didn't seem, you know, it just didn't seem like the same Conor, you know. Like, I thought he was stood there to fight, but like I thought he'd be a little bit more rowdy, a little bit more crazy. He looked like really, really calm, like super calm. So I was just kind of like, oh wow, let's see how this goes. And then of course I knew he was gonna attack me with something, and it was that kick. So you know, it sucks.
Dana, can you? I think we're all trying to process everything. I guess, can we get your immediate thoughts? It felt like, honestly, one of the best fight cards of all time, and then we get to this weird main event ending. So I guess your immediate thoughts as you sit there right now.
Yeah, listen, everybody who knows anything about the fight business, and it's been a big topic of discussion leading up to this fight. 5 years off in this sport is rough. And like you said, great card, unbelievable. I mean, the Paddy Pimblett thing right before, you just feel it all in the air. Here we go. I mean, I was expecting at least a one-round war, or, you know, who knew what Conor was capable of as far as cardio or whatever else after a 5-year layoff. And, well, there you go. I mean, we're assuming blown ACL. I'm no doctor, but that's what I figured when I saw it, and doctors think the same thing too.
I was going to ask you, have you had a chance to talk to Conor? It sounds like you talked to the medical team. Have you talked to Conor? Do we know exactly the extent of what happened?
I haven't. Is he coming out here? We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I think he left the arena right.
Then the answer is no. We'll find out when he gets an MRI.
Max said right away, like, hey, man, well, now we got to set this thing up for a trilogy, right? I mean, is there any desire from that, from your point? I mean, you know promoting better than anyone. Like, does that even make sense to do a trilogy right now? Or the way that ended, do you have to go a different direction?
I don't even know. I don't know. You know, you got to take some time. And I don't know if you know this or not, but I don't like talking about making fights the night of the fight. But definitely not in this scenario.
Nobody expected the rematch to end like this. After more than a decade, two of the biggest names in mixed martial arts finally shared the octagon again. Fans weren't just watching another UFC fight, they were witnessing the continuation of a story that began years ago. Conor McGregor and Max Holloway first met when neither man had reached his prime. Back then, McGregor earned the victory before launching one of the most famous careers in MMA history. Holloway, however, stayed patient, developed into one of the greatest featherweights ever, and built a legacy through consistency, relentless pressure, and championship performances. When the rematch was announced, excitement exploded across the combat sports world. Some believed McGregor still had one more unforgettable performance left. Others felt Holloway's experience and activity would simply be too much. After the fight, one question overshadowed everything else: has time finally caught up with Conor McGregor? There's no denying what McGregor accomplished during his prime, that he changed the business of mixed martial arts forever. His confidence, knockout power, and ability to sell fights made him one of the biggest stars the UFC has ever produced. He defeated champions, captured titles in 2 divisions, and became one of the sport's biggest global attractions. But greatness in MMA comes with a price. Years of brutal training camps, championship fights, and injuries eventually affect every fighter. For McGregor, the most significant setback came with the devastating leg injury that forced him into one of the longest recoveries of his career. Since then, fans have wondered if the explosive athlete they once knew could ever return at full strength. While McGregor was recovering, Max Holloway continued adding to his legacy. Fight after fight, Holloway proved why he's considered one of the toughest competitors in UFC history. His pressure is relentless, his cardio rarely fades, his striking volume overwhelms opponents over time. Unlike many fighters who rely on one big punch, Holloway slowly takes control of fights through pace, precision, and non-stop activity. That's why many analysts believe this matchup naturally favored him over 5 hard rounds. Every major fight tells a story beyond the final result. This one raises several difficult questions. Was McGregor physically 100%? Did previous injuries limit his movement? Has the sport evolved during his absence? Or was Holloway simply the better fighter on the night? Those are questions that fans, coaches, and analysts will continue debating for weeks. In MMA, one performance rarely tells the entire story. Context always matters. Returning from a serious injury isn't just physical, it's mental. A fighter has to trust their body again. Every movement, every kick, every exchange inside the cage demands complete confidence. Even when the body heals, rebuilding that confidence can take much longer. Champions often say the hardest opponent after a major injury isn't standing across the octagon. It's the doubt inside your own mind. For Max Holloway, this performance strengthens an already incredible resume. He's beaten elite competition throughout his career. He's delivered classic fights. He's held championship gold, and once again, he proved why he's still one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport. Regardless of what happens next, Holloway remains firmly in the conversation among the UFC's elite. Potential title opportunities, super fights, and championship dreams are all very much alive. This is where things become complicated. McGregor has never lacked confidence. Throughout his career, he's overcome criticism, setbacks, and enormous pressure. But every athlete eventually reaches a crossroads. Does he continue chasing another comeback? Does he take more time to recover, or does he begin thinking about life beyond active competition? Only McGregor knows that answer. One fight cannot erase everything he accomplished. His legacy is already secure, but the decisions he makes from this point forward may define the final chapter of one of MMA's most unforgettable careers. Whether you're a longtime McGregor supporter or a devoted Holloway fan, one thing is certain: this fight reminded everyone just how unpredictable mixed martial arts can be. Legends rise, champions fall, the new stars emerge. That's what makes this sport unlike any other. Conor McGregor's story isn't defined by a single night. Max Holloway's legacy continues to grow, and fans around the world will be watching closely to see what comes next. Do you believe Conor McGregor still has one more championship run left in him, or has Max Holloway officially closed the door on that dream? Share your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more UFC news, fight analysis, and the biggest stories in combat sports.